And you're live.
Okay, forgot to show the functions of the pendant. If I want to move y-axis, for example, I'm going to go tell it what speed to move at, which axis to move, and then I can move it back, pick the other axis, same speed. I can do my z-axis as well. Move that spindle down and up. You can barely see the top of that track holding the cables moving. That's how that goes. You just pick different speeds as well. So there are 3 different increments, and one will move it like very, very finitely, so that if you're in between parts or something like that, you can be very, very precise with it. That's basically that. What I'm going to present is the spindle warm-up function, just to show that the spindle is actually working, but I do not have a water system in the shop anymore, so it will run momentarily and then it will alarm out because there's no water present. So I'm going to start that. First I have to drop the Z-axis, show the tool. I could probably speed that up a little bit. Alright, so now we can see the tool. There's a core bit on the tool holder. I'll head back to my process screen, my run screen, my special functions, and spindle warm-up. Do I want to run it? Yes. There it goes. It's spinning, and it should alarm out. There we go. Detected there's no water, and it shut itself off as a safety function. So that's that. Spindle is actually working. Let's go back to that Z-axis. Oops, alarmed out on me. I have to just reset that. Maybe go a little faster. Okay, so now now that the spindle is raised, it'll allow me to move it manually, and I can do that. X, negative, positive, Y, go back. So all of the functions working that way. I just cannot change a tool right now. I can continue back to that area. I just want to slow it down first. So that it travels there to grab the tool, but right now I don't have that air switch is sticking a little bit, so I'm not confident it's going to actually let go of the first tool without, before it wants to grab the second tool, and I think I might break a holder. So I'm not going to present that function, but there's an air switch on the side of that housing. We just need to open the housing and just check what's up with that air switch. It's a very simple air switch that releases the tool grippers from the tool holder. Other than that, not much else to show. Oh, I can probably show the laser if I get this guy out of the way. Let me calibrate the laser. I remember where that is.
Okay, so you can't calibrate it because you can't see the test mark.
I'm blocking that one, yeah. There are 4 corners so that it knows it can basically calibrate its position so everything remains accurate. We do that once in the morning when you're running the spindle, you run the calibration. Yeah, that's about everything really. Without water and without the ability to run a program on it, that's all I can show for now. Okay, return to the main menu. System is on. Vacuum, load functions, So the float is really nice when you're setting pieces. It will actually put pressure on them with the air so they float and you can move them very gently. You're not worried about that 800-pound piece that you're trying to drag over the suction cup. So very nice function on this machine. Go to the process screen, load up whatever we had in our... Okay, wrong one, sorry, let's do that again. It was this one. All right. Sorry, I'm gonna have to remember where we kept all of our... Anyway, I don't need to show a process. I think they've all been removed. However, we'll go back to the tool library, to all of the tools. Touchy.
How many tools does it come with?
There are 50 spots, 50 tool holders.
Okay.
Okay. I don't want to actually run and get a new tool. That would be the screen. I'll show that in the next video about the air switch on there. It doesn't seem to be functioning today. It was working fine last time we ran this machine. So back to the main menu, into the manual functions. I can set this machine to move. We'll show that. We'll zoom in on that after. I could send it to the different zones to load the table or to keep it in the working zone. The Z axis functions, it's all the way up right now. We can lower that.
How much does it move up and down?
It shows you the indication there, and we're 5 inches down right now, 6 inches. See the tool starting to poke out there.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, so now it's visible. We could manually remove it from here, but they said that's the air switch right now that as I discovered today, is not working. I'd have to take that cover off and have a look at it. It's a simple air switch that releases the gripper from the tool holder. So for that reason, I can't show it, go grab a tool today. So let's put that back up. I can move the machine again. So it's showing its travel. When it gets to the top, it'll allow me to move again.
Which is this here?
Yeah, there's a little indicator of where it's at. So it's done now, and again, so it's hit the limit switch. We know that it's at the top of its travel, and now it'll move around. I can adjust the speed of this guy. I've got it cranked up. Got a few things on the table I don't want to bump into. So that's pretty much from here. Back to the main menu. If I go to the process screen, hit the run screen, I can run the special functions, which is the spindle warm-up, which I will lower it, and I'll run the warm-up after when you're zooming in on the tool itself, because it will only spin for a few seconds. We don't have the water connected to it anymore. If there's no water running through the spindle, it will alarm out right away. So I'll go back to that after. So as far as that goes, I'm not sure if it tells you where the hours of the machine are. There's a way to calibrate the laser, but I'm blocking it right now. You'll see it running. We can see it. They can't see it on the screen, but fault history, if there's a fault history, like the last few alarms that we saw, access to the tool library, which we were at already, the machine setup. So if we're talking about where these tools are positioned, so it knows where to grab them, DXF layers, all of that. Tool rack setup, advanced setup. I don't actually never used that function before. So yeah, we exit software from here back to Windows XP. I don't have the PC workstation anymore. That's the one I said died on us. So yeah, that's about all for this.
Okay.
For now, yeah.
Okay, that's really good.